wrapping up the Super 60 and Pro Case. Right after the Super 60, our Illinois and some of our Wisconsin staff, we stuck around for the Unsigned Senior event that we host every year. We have a lot of 2025s, or all 2025s, that are uncommitted at this event. Like Hammond, I know you were there evaluating Drew. Were there any big standout performances or prospects for you guys from that event?
Yeah, I mean, so the way we roll it is usually the Unsigned Senior is going on. In the past, it's been going on at the same time as the Super 60. With like pitching will still be going on, so we'll usually get right into pitching, and that's how we did it this year. There was only 4 arms. The first arm that I saw was bumping 90. All right, I was walking towards him. I was like, that looks a lot like what that looks on that side of the net, and just like velo wise. So I walk over, and yeah, Joseph Falkowski from Taft was bumping 90. He was 88 to 90, hit 93 times. It was his first time hitting 90. He was shocked. He thought our TrackMan was hot. It was not. And he was also spinning a breaking ball over 2,700 RPM. It's more of like for me at least at the moment, like a bullpen profile. But I think, it's hard not to like 88 to 90 with high spin on the breaking ball. So that is for sure a name that people need to get on ASAP.
Well, I'm really glad you mentioned the high school that he's at Taft, because it kind of made me recall Dominic Jacoby.
Yeah, I looked that up yesterday. I was like, he went to Taft too.
And
yeah.
How we should throw him in as definitely a winner from the Pro Case. So that was one unique thing we did this year was Dominic Jacoby. He went to a different junior college last year. He's at Harper Junior College this year. And we saw him at the Puma Classic this fall. Showed really, really well. And we think he's a draft type of guy. We think he's a pro follow. So we invited him to the Pro Case. They hadn't started their year yet. He's not an arm. So we felt most comfortable bringing a position guy in. And I thought he showed extremely well at the Pro Case. Really swung the bat. It was really simple, balanced, repeatable, and was hammering balls. You look at him. It's kind of what I'm taught, like with dreaming on guys and what they could be. Like physically, you look at what he looked like in high school and where he is now. He has put in some work. Like he has clearly done it. His tools have ticked up because of the work he's put in. His arm plays good around the diamond. He's got plenty of juice, off the bat. And I thought that was a guy that should be called out as well. But yeah, getting back to the Unsigned Senior, unless you had anything on Dominic.
No, I mean, he is noticeably stronger now than he was in the fall when we did the JUCO day. He was the first one there. That's another thing to mention. He was the first one there like an hour and a half early. Or maybe not an hour and a half, but like a little over an hour early. Noticeably stronger, so obviously gets after it. He was there like an hour early, stretching, getting ready, preparing. Super nice kid too. Talked to us, was really appreciative of being there. So no, I wish him the best. But sticking on arms here. And then, yeah, moving over to Colt Armbrust from St. Francis. I mean, he was kind of a similar build to Falkowski. They were in the 6 foot, like 190, 200 range. And it was just funny. I think it was Andy Stroka walked over because Armbrust came on the mound after him. And he's like, that kid's still pitching? I was like, no, it's another one. We got another one right now. He was like 85 to 87. Good mover, few good off speeds. So definitely another one to have, on your radar for unsigned seniors. And then, yeah, moving over to the position players, I think for me, the first one that stood out to me was Noah Fitzgerald. We kind of knew about him coming into this. He's shown well in the past at events, but, I really like the glove on the infield. I think it's super fluid, super natural. The arm plays good across, can play on the move, different angles. I think the right-handed swing, too, is pretty loose, and there's some, athleticism in there. And I thought he just took a good round. He averaged around 92 miles an hour, and he got up in the mid-upper 90s as well for that.
Pete, one guy that I just kind of noticed walking around as I was evaling, running the event, just kind of feeding the hack attack and doing stuff like that, was the Jack Perrone. And I don't know if it's Perrone or Perrone from Hampshire, but I thought the frame really looked the part, like really athletic, high-waisted, and he ran a 6.72, Had a little sneaky juice in the bat. He was 96 peak exit velocity. The way he moved and the way his frame looks, like I think he took it on the infield defensively, but he struck me as like a guy that could very easily transition to center field
100%.
and just run and go get it and let the swing work. And so that's a guy that I thought, is definitely a college caliber. I would think he's on everybody's list of the schools that were there at the event, but that was one. And then I want to shout out Keaton Davis, an Ottawa Marquette, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Led the event with a 99-mile-an-hour exit velocity. But really what stood out to me was just he was an awesome kid. He helped us catching balls across the infield. He was a catcher. He didn't have to do it. And he went over there, gave us an extra hand. Didn't complain about it. Was all about it. Just seems like a very, very easy guy to root for. That also, showed college caliber type of tools.
Yeah, going back to Perone, that's a great call out on being able to move to center with that athleticism. That's actually something, because I'd reached out to a couple of schools today about him. I had mentioned that, so that's a great shout. And yeah, we actually had seen him at the Rock. I was looking at his profile. He's on that AHQ team, Fivelson, so we've seen them, and that's a really good team. And he was hitting towards the top of their lineup, I think in the 2-hole. So that speaks volumes. Not just a showcase, pony. He can actually do it in game too. But looking at an Indiana kid that was there, Drew, Matt Savanich. I hope I'm not butchering that. But he's from Valparaiso, 5'10", 155, lean. There's more to come there. But I really liked the left-handed swing. I thought it was really balanced, pretty polished. Using the whole field, he could cover the plate. It was up to 93 miles an hour. And he's also a good mover. He was 7.03 runner. Took it in the outfield. I thought he was just a good little prospect to know.
Nope, I'm on the exact same page. He was one of my favorite bats from the day. Just a swing that looks like it's really going to play. Like, the path was really clean, on plane, like you said, sprayed it around the yard. I was a fan of Matt. Yeah, so we'll have to give him some love and shout it out through PBR, Prep Baseball Indiana. Make sure Cooper Trinkle knows what's up on him. So.
Yeah. And, just keep an eye out. Our quick hits are out. Our spotlight tweets from this event are out. So keep an eye out for some more information on this event. We'll have our data dive coming out either later today or tomorrow. So just keep an eye out for that.